Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Zombies Love Bacon podcast. I am your host, Zombies Love Bacon. This is episode 32 of season 2, also known as episode 69. We are currently recording this in the depth of night because I was told that After Dark podcasts must be recorded after dark. I am joined today by Shelby.
Hello, it's me. I am here.
And also joining us is Sassy.
Hello, I am here as well.
And a late addition came with alcohol, Kochie.
Literally came at the last minute, just as you need me.
That's it. We always like it when they come in the last minute.
He comes on command.
This
is tell him you want him to come.
This is our episode 69, and it's also technically Halloween when this comes out. So it's a extra spooky, extra horny After Dark special, essentially. So I hope everyone brought great topics for this podcast.
Enough topics to scare people horny.
Oh my god!
The return of the Y boner with a vengeance.
I took a clip today. I was going through and sorting out my clips and stuff for socials and stuff, and there was one that I took from, we were on Echo RP on GTARP, and it was myself and Shelby and Biggie playing our aliens, because now there's 3 of us just being shitlords. And I spotted this guy, and I knew exactly who it was the second I saw it. And it was Prawnlin, who's a New Zealand streamer. And it was his first night. Like, it was his first night on the server. He just got on. And we fucking scared the shit out of him. We just surrounded him. And then, the banter was unbelievable, just constant. And part of the joke is that we all wear masks because we're aliens. But we also all look horrific. And then we're basically demanding that he calls us beautiful as we both all revealed our mask. And then he came out with, I don't know, to be terrified or aroused.
Or aroused.
I'm like, you can be both. You heard of fear bonus.
Fear bonus, yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. He jumped in my stream afterwards. He's like, you son of a bitch. And it was utter chaos. It was good fun, though. But yeah, I haven't been on RP much at the moment because that particular server's popping off so much. Like, it's having exponential growth to the point where my computer is struggling to keep up with all the new interiors and all the players and everyone that's playing on it. It's just getting 25,000 people in that server now.
Wow.
Jesus.
I think your computer can barely handle most things now.
Well, they had to put in a new police department because they had too many police, which is an unheard of thing for GTARP. Really,
literally,
like they have 80 police on it in one time.
So it's becoming like an actual civilization at this point, filled with debauchery and stupidity. But yes. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. But to give you context, like Oceania RP is 500 people. It's a fraction.
Yeah.
I don't know what NoPixel's like, but NoPixel also has, a public server and a whitelisted server, which is blah blah blah. Anyway, I haven't played for a while, but every time I do jump on, because there's so many people, like I just end up memeing and just doing meme shit because it's hard to it's like going to a music festival, meeting some guy in the line where you're getting a beer and then expecting to see him again sometime throughout the day, and you just never do because there's so many fucking people there. You can't make lasting RP relationship with someone, even just taking their phone number makes a pain in the ass. But
so we go in there to be aliens, to give people fear bonus,
and then we find one other Australian New Zealander that we can, and then we all just run amok through the town, and Americans go, look at these weirdos. Pretty much.
Literal aliens.
Literal aliens. But that's all good. But yeah, I got some topics and stuff that I've been digging through the internet today. I had a very long day of reports broken up by long going through Reddit. I have some filth, and then I have some just.
Oh yeah, give us the filth.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this one here that says.
No. You need to tease it a little bit.
Oh, I'm just going to give you the title, and then you tell me what it says.
Give us some filth.
I'll give you the title of this article. Priests and nuns watch web porn too, says the Pope.
I don't know if we can talk about that. That might be against TOS. If I understand Vatican Church, I know what they're looking at.
Oh my god.
Oh, dear. It just says this had to be translated, by the way. I had to get Google Translate out to this article because it was I don't even know what language it was in. Basically, it goes on to say that priests and nuns watch web porn too, says Pope Francis to the Samaritans in Rome on Monday. The Vatican said on Wednesday, I guess this is a follow-up because the word got out, warning that warning aspiring clerics against web porn, and he says that it's a vice that is shared by priests and nuns. It's a vice that many people have, many laymen and laywomen, and also priests and nuns. The devil gets in the way. It's not just about talking about criminal pornography.
Does the devil like get in between you and your computer, or like what does he do?
Yeah, like
Actually, okay. So, at what level does it come into question that you're hurting your vows, whatever?
It goes on to justify that it's not necessarily criminal pornography. I think he's referring to the comment you made, Kochie, because it says here in brackets the abuse of children.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know.
It says here, but pornography is a little normal. Dear brothers, be careful about this. Basically, this message of it's a vice and then it's the devil is pretty much what they're saying. But
that's like, I was just wondering the levels of it, right?
I'm pretty sure it's like any level of immodesty, but then like
I have no idea. But it's, I guess it's that it's more common now where they're trying to make it like, that like the Pope and nuns and priests, they're normal people. They do normal things, and now they're saying watching porn is normal too, but it is the devil. So be careful.
Yes, he's trying to say like they struggle with vices and sometimes fall for it, but like some people.
And if someone like gets, but what if they've got like a taboo fetish? So they say it's the devil, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't be doing this."
Maybe they like it.
So it makes them. Maybe it's even more exciting for them.
Can devil be a fetish?
I mean, yes.
Is looking up devil porn?
I've seen that tag.
Is there devil porn? Do I need to Google this right now?
You don't need to. It's there. I mean,
if it's a thing,
devils and demons and stuff,
isn't that what Rule 34 is? If it's a thing, that porn exists. That's literally
and incognito.
I regret Googling that.
I don't.
Well, now you're just like the Pope.
Guys, I'm in line to be the next Pope. I watch porn too.
You're so close to godliness.
The Pope does it, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the sort of article I expected to see on Reddit today. To be fair, but I'm like, oh my god, I have to read this. That's all it is. It's just that they mentioned porn, but everyone's getting their, I don't know. I was going to say get their knickers
panties in a twist. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird.
So the reason you clicked on it was because it was porn in the title of the post.
It said the.
Well, you see a couple of horns, and what are you going to do?
Yeah, he's.
Well, you know how the old saying is the Pope Catholic. Now does the Pope watch porn? And we know the answer.
There you go.
Anyway, speaking of porn, it does bring me up to another article that I read today. I was browsing the Reddit subcategory of Today I Fucked Up. One of my favorite.
Love it.
One of my favorite.
It's a good one.
This one here was titled Today I Fucked Up by Ordering Pizza on My Boyfriend's Phone. So before even saying anything, let's have some guesses. Right? How can you fuck up ordering pizza on your boyfriend?
He put pineapple on the pizza.
I mean, yes, that's a fuck up.
He ordered it with extra sausage.
Close.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, there's an extra side hoe along with his pizza.
She opened the contacts, and it's because instead of ordering on like an app or something, she went to the contact that said pizza and called it, and it was a woman.
No.
It was like a hidden contact name.
You know
no,
what?
I've got it.
I've seen that one though. That is a real thing that does happen.
Yeah, I've seen it.
The guys ordered the pizza, the girlfriends ordered the pizza for the boyfriend at Pizza Hut or whatever. The delivery driver that brought it to the house is actually the dude's girlfriend. And they found out that like the girlfriend and the side person meet each other getting the pizza for this guy.
We talked about it last week. There's a Twitter thread of the like most creative lies a man has ever told you. And I got to tell you, I've still been living in that thread this week, and it's fucking gold. All right, it's fucking just amazing gold. There was one where he passed out drunk, like he was drinking with his girl, passed out drunk, and his phone was blowing up. So the girl answered it, and the person who was calling was his actual girlfriend or other girlfriend. I don't know how it works. So then they had a conversation, and then she came over, and then they both packed up all his stuff, and then like woke him up, and then said, "You have to go." And he's like, I don't know who this person is. And it's like, okay.
Okay.
He does, though.
Sure.
He does. He's just lying is the trick.
I think that's a pretty common one. I've never seen this person before in my life.
Yeah. I don't know why she was calling me, and has, knows where I live and all my stuff. Anyway, so this article.
Back to the pizza. Yeah.
Back to the pizza. So, hey, this is the article. Starts with, hey, I, female, 19, and my boyfriend, male, 21, have been together since we were teenagers and have told each other everything, blah, 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 got along, blah, blah. He got home from work at 5 p.m. and asked me to order a pizza, so I promptly got on his phone to order it. But I had to look up the number, and when I did, I saw that he had a tab open with car stuff on it, and I didn't want to delete that. So I clicked to open a new tab and noticed there was another tab open with porn on it.
What kind of porn, though? What makes it scandalous?
Me being curious.
I was going to say.
You guys are jumping the gun, all right? Relax, all right?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Me being curious and clicked on it after further examination, I realized it was piss porn. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but to say I was distraught was an understatement. I didn't freak out on him. I simply asked him what it was, and he proceeded to pick up his keys and leave.
Well, okay then. Well, shit. Wait, well, piss.
Well, piss.
Well, piss. Then there's the TLDR. When ordering pizza, I found out he was into piss porn due to a tab on his phone, and then the boyfriend left. Then we have an update.
Oh, God.
Update. He got home after about an hour, so we talked everything through over pizza and a Pepsi. We are completely fine now, and I won't go into much detail about what happened, but we are already making jokes about it.
Okay.
Totally did it.
Another update. Before anyone asks, we tried it.
I called it.
Neither of us were thrilled about it, and he's realized that he doesn't actually like it.
Yep.
Oh man, that last update just gets me
Every time. Yep.
Like, good on him,
I like how we immediately honed in on that was going to be the question. So.
Yeah.
Yep. You gotta ask.
The number one comment is shower the boy golden.
Hey, thanks for the gold. Wait.
Oh, there's another one here saying, give this man a nice refreshing Pepsi.
A Pepsi.
That's my question, right? Because I was like, you're going to still order some pissa? Like, what?
I recently saw her on TikTok and going to like talking about kinks. There's this like meme going around where people are talking about like kink unlocked and whatever. But there was this one where this girl was just like, my partner has realized that he has a kink for pulling hair, but I have alopecia and I'm bald, and she took off her wig. But it gets better. Somebody stitched the video and it was
Someone
a guy
stitched
who was
it with
bald.
a plunger.
He had a plunger in his head and he pulled it and he moaned. And I was like, oh my God. So I've
definitely seen the kink unlocked.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
There was one, I actually saw one just before, and it was a girl, and she was like, I got my COVID test, and when I they did the swab and everything like that, they said I did such a good job, and that's when I realized I have a praise kink.
Oh no.
Oh no, of all the places.
This is why Sassy having a redeem on her stream for calling people different things is worrying,
How
Yeah.
so? What do you mean?
Just unlocking people's kinks, that's all I'm saying. Just for bit.
I
Just for
mean,
channel points.
I feel like they've already been unlocked prior to me making
That's why they're
those.
clicking on it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh.
It reminds me of there's an outtake from Parks and Rec with Chris Pratt and Aubrey Plaza. Like he's standing there, they're like he says his line and she like slightly slaps him in the face. He's like, do that again. He's like, yeah. And he's like,
No.
oh, and he has to sit
Yes.
down and she's like, wait, you got a boner? He's like, yep.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I think I've watched too many of them though, because I'm delving into my algorithm showing me a lot of kinky shit lately, and I'm like, I watched one too many of these, and it's noticed. So go back and search for.
And dial that back.
Dial it back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to be sitting on a tram or something. And
Someone just looks over your shoulder because isn't that much privacy on a train, right? You're sitting there just browsing, and when an ad comes up for some.
I know
thing.
that they'll look because I look. What everyone else is looking at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The one that gets me is the people that like hold their phone kind of tilted up to like away from everybody.
Yeah.
But then you can
See
see
the
in the reflection of their screen, you're like, dude.
Particularly at night, you can see it just in the
Yeah,
window.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
can see everything.
So come on, man.
It's
Yeah, look, I'm
wild.
one of those people that does the tilt, but I'm still fully aware that yes, you can see the reflection.
Yeah.
Well, this is why
I've seen people having full blown like fights, and I've been like, because I just want to read the gossip and the tea.
Oh, literally.
And like
yeah.
they're texting somebody, and it's like 3 paragraphs long, and I'm just like, yeah, you get him, sis. Like, go get him.
You like see the response, and you're just like, oh god, he fucked
my-
up. Like,
Yeah.
he fucked up.
Because
Yeah.
usually when I'm on public transport, it's like an hour ride between here and my parents' place or back.
Mm.
So it's a lot of time. And if you're sitting behind the right person, it goes by
Oh,
real
it can be
fast.
entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but but the only thing is, I'd say, is that sometimes you see people looking at stuff they really shouldn't be looking at in public, and you just go,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
there was a great one where it was a TikTok, and I'm filming this guy. It was on a train, but you could see the reflection in the glass, and he was like on like someone's Facebook page, and he was zooming in on a bikini picture, like zooming in on the
gosh.
train. It's like, oh man, it's a place.
I think my favorite part is like, and I've seen this happen a bit, is when like there's a boomer, like an older person at a public space, and they have the font on their phone turned up really high so that they can see it. But then they're texting something like really wild, like really racist about the person sitting next to them or something like that, and so people can easily see what they're doing. And it's just like, if anyone could capture like stereotypes about a generation, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always find it a bit weird because, like, obviously, when I go to the office or work with my crew and whatever, bugger all of them are into anything that I'm into. So then, like, they'll be sitting there reading news.com, maybe something about 90 Day Fiance or some shit, and then
And you're sitting there with tentacle hentai.
Well, this is the thing. I was going to say, most of the time, it's like you're scrolling through and it's like gaming related, right? But every now and then, a cosplayer starts an OnlyFans, and it's like, well, movies, keep going.
Yep.
Like, shit. You did need some kind of warning, like you need public mode or something like that. Like, people could see this. I got to be careful.
Yep.
But, I'm not complaining that much, let's be honest.
No.
But yes.
I'm back on lesbian TikTok now, so it's great.
Yeah, I was just saying before, I'm on kink TikTok.
The
how
algorithm.
I got there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm on Kink Talk.
Like, okay.
Is that like a separate side or?
You just got to watch.
apparently.
You just got to stop and watch Kink TikToks.
Or
too
honestly,
often.
just go into the search bar and type in the hashtag KinkTok, and then once you've watched a few, it'll go, this guy is really kinky, and show them all to you. So
That's right.
Literally.
No.
That's when I go back to the search bar and I type in like PlayStation news or something like that and cleanse my timeline. Kitten videos.
Lots of TikTok.
Please, just cleanse.
There's still hashtag pussy in there somewhere.
Yeah. Like, damn it, this one's boobs and a cat. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'll go through. I've got a couple other articles here. This one, I'm not going to read the whole thing because I think the title sort of speaks for itself. But my wife wants to name our child ADOLF.
That name is never allowed to come back into fashion. I think in Germany, isn't it like illegal to call your kid that now or something?
Something like that.
There's like
That sounds about right.
there's really bad like name limitations, or really, yeah,
So, do you reckon anyone's been called ADOLF? Like ADOLF? For
probably.
a long time. What?
Probably, but
Maybe.
rare.
I just like the replies. They're like, "Hi, I'm Adolf." Oh, like Hitler.
Yeah, because who else? Literally, who else?
There's no else. There's no
There's a
one else.
website that is called My Name Stats, and it uses info taken from censuses around the world to find out like how common your name is and things like that. Adolf is ranked 4,623rd most popular given name in the United States, with an estimated population of 2,767 people named Adolf in America.
Neo-Nazis.
Yes. This name is in the 98th percentile, which means that nearly 2% of all the first names are popular. Blah, blah, blah.
And here's your reminder to go watch American History X and then feel bad because that movie is.
Okay, here's a great line, by the way. The race and origin distribution of the people with the name Adolf is 81.6% white.
No shit. Hang on.
No shit.
Wait. How much? 86?
81.6.
81. So there's 19% not white called Adolf?
There's 11.4% Hispanic, 3.3% Black, 2.1%
God.
Asian or Pacific Islander, and 1.2% mixed race.
I mean, this is going to sound wrong, but I kind of want to know what Black Adolf looks like.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I like that it has this line at the bottom, right? And it just says, on this basis, the people with the name Adolf have a higher likelihood of being white.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
No.
It's questionable.
Questionable
The state
stuff.
with the most people named Adolf is California, with 394 people.
Why does that not surprise me?
God.
I was just searching around a bunch of like websites because I just posted a link to outlawed baby names around the world.
Oh no.
But I came to a link that my name, Tom, is banned in Portuguese, apparently.
What does it mean?
What does Tom
Why?
mean?
No, it doesn't say. That's the problem. I need to find this out. Portuguese authorities ban nicknames from birth certificates. So Thomas would be okay, but no Toms allowed.
Are you a Thomas or were you born Tom?
Thomas.
I'm a Thomas, yes.
Okay, so you're not illegal.
But you could, yeah, I'm not illegal in Portuguese, but if you named your son Tom,
So I clicked this
Just-
link. Number one is
it's just not.
Nutella.
Yeah.
You cannot name your child Nutella.
Why would you name it that anyway?
Tom is the 212th most popular given name in the United States, but I think it doesn't factor in Thomas's. Hang on.
Yes,
this one.
I try not to call myself Thomas.
Also,
it's
apparently,
weird.
Roast.
Allah is short for Nutella. So if you hear anything called
Oh,
Allah,
my bad. Yeah.
Ask him if their name
Nutella.
is Nutella.
you also can't
Got
call your
it.
child anal.
But Alan's fine. Yeah, okay, cool, got it.
Oh,
Just Lana backwards.
oh my god, it's got
Lana, yeah.
You can't call him Osama bin Laden.
Uh-huh.
But then the next one, this one's so much better. You can't call him RoboCop.
No, number 16 is better. You can't call the kids sex fruit.
Oh my god,
But why not?
you can't call them at symbol. Like just the at symbol. That's it. Oh my
Just at.
god. Circumcision. Can't call him circumcision. You can't call him Metallica. You can't call him monkey.
Monkey.
I feel like
Monkey.
a lot of these feel like names that people have given their kids like as nicknames when they're in the womb, and then they've come out. They've been like, "Well, we can't change his name now." I mean, like,
Actually,
like I can
Sassy,
see.
you're on the list.
Is
What?
it?
Yeah, 22.
22.
Sassy.
Nah.
No.
Your actual name.
Oh, my
We're not
actual
going to
name.
dox you. Don't worry.
Oh, I already did it on stream. It's fine.
Yeah, did it. When naming their children, Moroccan parents must choose from a list of acceptable names that properly align with Moroccan identity. Sarah, with an H, is banned because it is considered to be the Hebrew spelling, but the Arabic Sarah is completely fine.
What's wrong with the Hebrew spelling?
I like the one above
Well, like,
that. It says
Moroccan, I think it's like their
Right.
I don't like
that's-
it.
their faith is not Hebrew, or whatever their
You
Jewish
can't name
faith.
your baby IKEA. Depressing.
Damn it.
New
I'm
Zealand
going to have
has
to take that off the baby list.
New Zealand has banned you from naming your baby full stop.
Oh.
Like just a full
Oh.
stop. Oh my god, you can't name them fish and chips for twins.
fish and chips.
That's great. Oh my god.
I would love that.
Fish and
What about
chips.
potato and gravy?
It's New Zealand
Okay.
as well. It's New Zealand dependent.
Here's
Wash
the
and
wild
chops.
Fish and chips.
I just want to read this one. It relates back to Hitler, by the way. Not many people have positive associations with the word cyanide. A woman from Wales was one exception. She attempted to name her daughter after the poison, explaining that it was responsible for killing Hitler and Goebbels. I can never say that name. And I consider that was a good thing. The British Court of Appeal stepped in before the name became official.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Also, just underneath it, you can't name your kid 007.
I was gonna say that.
Damn it. Damn it.
Oh my god.
It reminds me though. I used to work for the hospital back in the day, and there is a department obviously that they've got to go through. Like we don't have that in Australia, but I mean we didn't 10 years ago when I worked there. But they didn't have like a restriction, like you can't. These are banned names, but there's a department in the health system that goes, you probably shouldn't name this person that. So they had a Hall of Fame or a Hall of Shame every single year on a whiteboard. Every time they were like, nope, I want to name my kid Hurricane Stormfire,
Oh.
last name. That went on the board.
Amazing.
It was amazing to go back. I wanted to go back every single week just to check. Yeah, I'll fix your computer. Yeah. I don't care if there's nothing broken. I just want to see the names.
Just something positive to come out of this discussion about ADOLF. The website, one of my favorite websites, is still around to this day. Catsthatlooklikehitler.com. So just cleanse your palates now. You take a moment, go to this website.
I like how it comes with a pop-up saying potentially dangerous download when I got it from Discord.
Just a hyperlink.
Because
I see as well, some of the images are captioned Kittler.
Yeah.
Kittler.
Oh, it's so good.
There's a tab called Best Kittlers. One of them is doing the Nazi salute. Oh no!
Some guy told me about this. I was at a pub and we jokingly were talking about one of our cats at our share house looked like Hitler. He's like, "Oh, you should submit it to cats that look like Hitler.com." I'm like, "That's not a website." Still there to this day.
Sure is.
I stumbled across this many years ago. Such a good website.
Website still looks like it was made in 1998.
Definitely.
Shall we? You put that picture in the podcast topics. Anyone else who's not on the podcast is going to go, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
See the link just above it. It's fine.
I mean, from the last episode when I posted the sex dolls in the cosplay. I mean, we didn't get any comments about that. So.
We're used to that channel being very problematic. It's fine.
Yeah, just in general. Anyway. The Reddit post goes on to, "That's a fucking stupid idea." And apparently they had a great uncle or someone who was called that. And that's why they wanted to call their baby that. But I think Reddit wins on this one.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do that. Changing of pace, I do have this one. This is relative to Australia in particular. It's only went up on Reddit 5 hours ago. But basically, title goes, "Apparently Uber Eats has teamed up with Drinkwise." Pretty rude.
Is that the alcohol-free legislation, or I don't know what the word is.
He got a letter from Uber. I will read the letter. Okay. "Hi," he's blanked out his name. "In partnership with Drinkwise, we have processes in place to encourage responsibility and legally compliant drinking. Our systems indicate that you've placed a few alcohol orders over the past few weeks, and if this ordering pattern continues, we will place a temporary hold on your account or raise your account for further review. Experts recommend no more than 10 standard drinks are consumed each week. If you are
10 standards.
If you're interested in learning more, blah, 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 blah." So basically, Uber's tracking how much alcohol you're ordering.
Oh my goodness.
I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing, but that might be because I've been exposed to some alcoholics, very up close.
Yes, but also, you don't look at someone's grocery order and say, "Geez, you're fat, you're eating all that food." No, you just assume there's other people eating food as well, right?
You've had Macca's 4 times this week.
Oh my God.
You're placed on hold.
God, don't at me.
I can see it. I'm ordering a pizza and it's like, yo, this is the 5th time this week.
What might be better?
5th time today.
What might be better is they should just have a disclaimers, and I know that they do, but a better disclaimer that comes up when you are ordering alcohol. So when you do, you see it, and then they can say "job done." They've clicked on it. They understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I honestly don't think this email or anything to do with any of this is going to make any real difference.
Probably not, no.
Except for getting this guy a heap of clout on Reddit. Got to post it. But yeah, it's they know how much alcohol they ordered. They ordered it.
Yep.
I
True.
don't need a reminder. It's so, I don't know, I'd be offended almost.
Yeah, I'd be like, you don't know that I'm not partying with other people.
And definitely, I sounds terrible, but I live next door to McDonald's and I also work next door to McDonald's, 2 different McDonald's. So I do
and
eat
you still had
McDonald's.
Yeah, you've still gotten McDonald's delivered a bunch of times too.
Nowhere near as much as I used to. This is my point. Back when I used to, during the lockdown where, ordering food was the only way to eat food that didn't come, from a grocery service or whatever. I would order sometimes, I would just stream all night and order McDonald's 4 times in a stream. That shit's dangerous. If I got a pop up saying, "Yo, man, you've spent $100 on McDonald's tonight. Are you sure you're okay?" I'd feel so bad.
Are you sure you know what you're McDoing?
That reminds me, I found the clip again today from 4 years ago. This is 4 years ago when I forget what we're celebrating. We're celebrating something, and we're joking how I discovered that you can order an entire birthday cake from McDonald's. On Uber Eats. I'm like, I'm just going to order myself a fucking birthday cake. We're going to celebrate All right, and everyone
Sounds good to me.
on stream, we're like, oh, this is going to be a great idea. What possibly could go wrong? Ordered it. The guy comes over, he hands me the bag, and it's light as a feather.
Oh,
And I'm
no.
like, so I took it upstairs and I opened it on stream, and it was a jigsaw puzzle and some highlighters.
What?
I'm like, what?
That's not a cake.
Not even
I
close.
cannot eat this.
Apparently, it's what they call a fun pack that you get with birthday parties. But they gave me nothing else, like at all. So then I
where's
ring
the
them on
cake?
stream because I'm just fucking in a cantankerous mood by this point. I ring them up and I'm just like, this is the clip that I posted in my Discord again today. And I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to the manager at the McDonald's. I'm like, I'm just curious. I mean, I got a jigsaw puzzle. It's not even food. You'd expect if you order food, you'd at least get food. It's just like,
No.
oh, we said
No.
the wrong thing. It's like, yeah, no shit. Jigsaw puzzle. We did
Amazing.
we did get the birthday cake eventually. Another stream we did it, and I actually sent us the birthday cake, and I ate
Way
it
too often he mentions we should order a birthday cake from
because it's a meme. It's a meme. You can see in the clip, Antos is there from 4 years ago. Antos is in the chat. He
wow.
witnessed it, but he's changed his name since, so it's a little bit different. But like, so that's why whenever I say it, it's because Antos is around. We like to giggle because we think about the jigsaw puzzle. The fun pack that I paid $30 to get delivered, a jigsaw puzzle made out of cardboard. Oh man,
Worth every dollar.
Yeah, it's well, like I said, I clipped it. It lives forever on the internet now.
Oh yeah.
I would like to I'm gonna change speed here after your birthday cake.
You don't want cake?
I do want cake. I would like some cake, please, if you're going to go and get some.
You want me to order a birthday cake?
Look, I have not much stomach left, and you are not allowed to be eating sugar. I don't think that's a good idea.
Fair.
Not allowed. But I've been holding on to this topic for like 2 weeks now because because we've talked about, and if you're new to the podcast, you might not know, we've talked about a few times that I'm a witch, so-called, because like I've done tarot readings and things like that, and Sassy is here again, and Sassy was a part of the witch episode.
Hold
so
the
I feel
fire.
like
Hold the fire. You just said
What?
so-called witch. You
call me
literally
a
do
witch.
spells, throw bones, read tarot cards, and you put a spell on me today.
Yes.
So you are a witch. It's not a,
I
it's
guess
not a
so, yeah.
maybe.
Aspiring, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so moving on. I got 2 spell books and I had to flick through them. And there's some wild things in there. So I just want to read some highlights. And the first one, and I opened to a page, and the first one that I saw is a spell to test if a person is a virgin, which is great. To know how soon one should be married, to know that your intended wife will love you. So just in case you weren't sure, you can do a spell and find out, I guess.
This is the sort of shit you could sell on Etsy. Like, they pay you $10.
It's already on Etsy.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
there is. There's this one here, which is a spell to obtain a husband, and another one for obtaining a wife. So I wonder if you do both.
I need the husband one, right?
Yeah, it's very long. I can send it to you.
Oh, please do.
But I also saw one before to like how to make your cows happy. So and
Is there
also
one for cats?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there one for
Probably.
cats?
It seems to be in kind of a random order, and I'll have to dig it out. But it's interesting because this book, it's not like an old ancient tome. It's like a modern printed book, and it does use some interesting language.
So when you say spells, you just read it. Like, you just read it. That's
Some of
it.
them have instructions.
You don't have
on
to
things that you-
sacrifice a goat or anything like that.
No, some of them you do.
Wait, what?
Some of them have instructions on things to do, but they also then have like incantations that you're supposed to recite. Like this one is for winning the lottery, and it says the instructions that come with it is to perform the following action: lying down, recite 3 times the following prayer, then write it on virgin parchment and place it under your pillow.
What?
During sleep, a dream that will come to tell you the hour that you must go and get your ticket.
I've only got whore parchment. Will that do?
Yeah, my parchment's been penetrated. Can I?
How do
Can it still be used or?
How do you make virgin parchment?
That's what I want to know. I feel like I'm missing. I've got like some gaps in my witch knowledge.
Clearly
here.
missing out, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. I just want to.
That parchment's saving itself for a spell.
Some of these spells are kind of dark though. Like this one is technically a curse. So to make someone leave their job so you may take it, Place 5
Oh.
males that your rival has touched in a jar with water from the earth. Place the jar in a dark area until rust forms. Rub the water from the jar around the workplace of your rival before each day of work. If he doesn't leave of his own accord, his cursed work will cause him to be terminated. So anyway, go and get the water from the jar and just like rub it around your workplace. Just be that guy in the parking lot just surrounding the building with like water in a paintbrush.
Yeah, I don't think they'll leave because of the water. I think they'll be leaving because you're a freaking weirdo.
That's probably how
I'm just painting the building, like, as you do. It was a different color. I wanted a different shade today.
There's
Just
also
painting
something
it with water.
to win a lawsuit, to get a judge to favor you. Some fucked up shit here. Go on.
No, you go.
There's one here. We'll have to do this one, Sassy. To see one's marital future.
Please, I'm single.
For 3 maidens to discern they shall marry. So if you have 3 people who want to know who they're going to marry,
we've got 2 people. We just need 1 more.
I mean, Kochie and Aladi could be a maiden.
Kochie, definitely.
Kochie's a maiden now.
I'm too much of a
I
man.
don't have the hair for it.
Yeah, I don't have the hair for it either.
What?
To see a visage of one's future husband. To stop
this
an
I gotta say.
infatuation.
A visage.
For the losing of a man, to make a man break up with you. To vanquish a man. That one sounds violent.
I like that one. Please send that one to me.
I will.
Thank you.
Just some really questionable stuff. There is actually an animal section. So let me go back to the start of this section. So we've got to halt a snake. So you want a snake to stop.
Ooh.
To keep pigeons safe and keep them from escaping.
Hang on, BRB. Kidnapping a pigeon.
So once you've halted your snake, by the way, then there's another spell to get it to give you answers. Because they're smart, apparently.
Oh, maybe I should try that on my snake.
Yep. To attract the bears. So if you want to be followed around by bears, we can do that. To make
I think
cattle
Aladi needs to go.
I knew that joke was coming.
Yeah.
I must have said it already by accident.
Yep.
To cause a cow to give a good supply of milk. That's good. To charm a horse. There's nothing about cats in here, which is weird.
Where's the cats? Yeah, Witch's companion.
That's strange. There should be stuff about cats. To make a woman disclose her secrets.
Oh.
What's that one? How's that one go?
Do you think I have secrets?
I don't know. Let's test it.
To make a woman disclose her secrets, take the heart of a pigeon and the head of a frog. Dry them in an earthenware pot that has never been used.
I wish I could, but someone put a protection spell on the pigeon. I can't get to it. It's trapped.
Protected.
You say it was an unvarnished pot?
This one is actually probably like the most violent, like recipe-wise. Grind them into a powder, put the powder in a purse, put the purse under the woman's ear while she is sleeping. 15 minutes later, she will unveil all of her secrets while she's asleep.
All right, I'm going to just say this. All right,
Yes.
I'm not trying to pick on anything that you enjoy. I'm not going to yuck your yum.
Uh,
But I feel like some of these, they're just like, if I make it really hard, no one's actually going to do this. They can't prove this wrong.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
These are definitely bull crap, like a lot of them.
They're
But
like, guaranteed to win the lottery. This all you have to do is find a unicorn and grind up its horn.
well, under the title of these, they also have the origin. So some of them are from American witches' charms. Some of them are ancient Asiatic charms. This one is a hoodoo charm, necromancer's ritual. So it tries to give you some context, but aside from that, there is like no validity as to whether all this is like from actual texts or anything like that. But I'm in now that I just realized that there's like a necromancy section to this book.
Reanimate the dead.
I'm just going to leave with this bombshell. All right, I'm going to close this book with this bombshell. For exercising one who has died by suicide. This book is dark.
Oof.
Oof, jeez.
That's heavy. This spell also goes on for like 3 pages.
How many unicorn horns does that one take?
Great question.
Because I feel like that's probably one that people might
you
try.
need the head of an owl.
Why?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
no one's
happen.
going to do that. You also need the rest of the carcass of the owl too, just in case you thought you just needed the head. You need all of it.
Yeah, right.
Crazy. This book is
Why?
if anyone's interested in looking it up, it's called Witchcraft, A Handbook of Magic Spells and Potions by Anastasia Greywolf, which is definitely her legal name, with original illustrations by Melissa West. So that is a book. Interesting.
That is disturbing.
I also got a pocket spell book as well, which has been in my handbag, just because it's cute and little and adorable. But it's a lot tamer. It's all just like encouragement infusion, you know.
I start to think
cups
of
comfort.
I start to think of like crime shows and stuff like that when they're like, they turn up and it's like, someone killed this owl in the backyard. Now I'm going to be like, they're trying to raise the dead, obviously.
Pretty much. I'm going to have to do a deep dive through this book. I'm going to get some of those like post-it note page markers. I'm going to fill it with page markers to talk about, but definitely some interesting stuff.
You should just do witch talk, just TikToks explaining different spells.
Witch talk is crazy.
I don't feel like I know enough to like be a TikTok.
I want to do it on main. I want to make it another.
Yeah. Well, it's just as well like the
Just in
TikTok
case.
witches. There's always beef between TikTok witches.
Yeah.
Everyone's always fighting. It's really wild. And they're always cursing each other. I don't want to be cursed.
Actually, yeah, don't do it then. You know how I feel about curses. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
So, you know, I did put the healing oil on you today and put a sigil on your back, so you should be, you know.
I still feel like I'm dying, so...
You did pass out, though. The nap felt good?
No, it wasn't long enough.
Okay.
Wasn't very...
Yeah, probably need more.
Need a holiday. I've been at work for 4 days, so...
I was going to say, you just got back from
Why
one.
you just go back?
Hard for you.
But I didn't actually... I didn't relax. I didn't do R&R. I didn't go to a tropical beach anywhere or anything like that.
You were napping a lot, though.
Yeah, I had to
That's
make up
still
for...
R&R.
No, that's... What did I say? I said, I think it was on the podcast, I need a BAFTA tank, you know, from Star Wars. Yeah. I'm not even joking anymore. Like, if that technology exists, I want it. Like, can I just put me in a tank of water for a week?
Pretty sure it does exist.
Put me in a coma.
I can put you in some water for a week. I don't know if you'll survive by the end of it, but I'll still do it.
Those flotation tanks, like the salt-filled flotation tanks.
Oh, the
devotion ones. Yeah, separate.
They are
sensory
so
deprivation
weird.
tanks. Yeah.
You should honestly do that. You'd probably like it because he's been soaking his feet with Epsom salts.
You want to lock me in a tub of water with myself? I hate myself. I don't want to be with you.
You'd just be like
left to your thoughts and own devices.
No, gross.
Every time I see one of those, it just brings me back to the Simpsons episode where Homer just goes on that massive journey every time. So everyone, you know,
or
if someone ever mentions it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I went on such an adventure. It's like literally.
You literally did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know people that have done that stuff before, and it's like a 50-50. People are like, wow, it was really like meditation, and then other people are like, it was so boring. I just wanted to go.
I would probably love it because I get really overstimulated. So being able to shut my brain off, or at least one of my senses or some of them, would be amazing. And like I get that feeling when I'm using really good noise cancelling headphones and I can't hear anything, can't even hear myself. It's like it's the closest to heaven I'll ever get. And I think something like that, like a sensory deprivation thing, would actually be really good for me because I get so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd try it. I'd try anything once, but.
Well, those really quiet rooms as well, like you've seen on
I've been in one of those
science shows, or Veritasium, I think, or whatever.
Like those white padded rooms where they put you in like a jacket and stuff.
Yeah, I've been there. No, yeah, but they've got the world's quietest rooms, and they've got all this sound isolating foam and stuff.
Yeah,
like that
it's called
stuff.
an anechoic chamber. Anechoic.
Yeah, that thing.
Mm-hmm. And there's like rumors that if you stay in there too long, you'll actually just go batshit insane.
Yep.
So it's wild.
Again, I don't want to be in a
start
room
hearing your own body work.
Yeah, that's
pretty much. Yeah.
I already get weirded out when I like cuddling with Eladi and I can hear his stomach going. Blah, 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 blah. I don't think I don't.
How's that go again? Just one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
We need that for a follow sound.
He has a loud stomach. What can I say?
Someone at work yesterday asked me if they should listen to their gut, and if I listen to my gut. I said if I listen to my gut, I'd be so fat because I'd always say I'm hungry, and they did not appreciate that at all. It was just not helpful.
Oh,
it's true though.
It's
true, but anyway, it is. So apart from that witch stuff, Shelby, have you got any other witch stuff? It is Halloween after all. Does anyone here actually do anything for Halloween, like at all?
I would like to, but we living in an apartment building, we don't get trick or treaters. But previously, at like my parents' place and stuff, we would get trick or treaters.
No way.
Particularly, we did,
What?
And particularly when I was like, we'd usually get like 10 through the night, which is still small but like nice. When I was living in Sydney in a really populated area, I ran out of lollies in 5 minutes The trick-or-treating was intense. And I made sure, like, I put
yeah.
up decorations. I, like, cut out pumpkins out of, like, construction paper and put them all around our front door and our fence. And lollies were gone so fast. And I had one lolly left and another group rocked up with their mum. And I'm like, you know what? I only have one left, but this one goes to mum because she's taking you everywhere. And they were okay with that. But yeah, I like Halloween and I'd like to do more for it. I've worked in a haunted house before as a scare actor.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
What do you have to do? Just stand there, or
Scare the shit out of
Freak the
people.
shit out of people. Yeah.
Stand in like this in the shadows. It was in a very old building that was above a candy store. I worked for the candy company briefly. And I was also in charge of doing people's makeup because I was in my special effects makeup phase, which got really gnarly. And so basically I did my makeup where like half my face had been ripped off and was like tried to like clumsily sew it back on, so I had threads through the fake skin on my face, so it looked like really bad. And I got to just scare the crap out of people, and I think I traumatized a few children actually.
Nice.
So I've never done anything for Halloween at all. But the reason I bring it up is because my mother last year, before COVID, it was before COVID. She's like, "Oh, we have to do stuff for Halloween." I said, "Why? We've never she just barely celebrates Easter, let alone Halloween." And it's she's like, "Oh, because your nephews are obsessed with it." And it's like, it's all the kids. They're like, oh, all the kids, that's all they talk about. It's Halloween. They see it on TV. They see it at school. They talk about Halloween and they have to do it. So then they have like streets in their town that they like, everyone comes together and they basically put on like a fete essentially, but it's like trick or treating in this whole street, and people put up stools and candy and whatever, and people get dressed up and go do it. And it's only because as children who, absorb so much media, they're just seeing like Americans celebrating Halloween and have gone, well, I must do Halloween.
I've never really liked how, and I know what you mean. It's like gotten more popular as the years go on. It's like we become more saturated with the internet and things like that. But I've never liked how there's like some Australians who are just like, oh, fuck off, this isn't America. But it's like, they're just kids. Like, let them have fun and like do Halloween-y
I
things.
totally agree on that. But also, I don't like how like a month out of Halloween, we get like all the stores put half of fucking store of Halloween shit.
Well, it's the same issue with the Christmas stuff. I hate that as well. Like
same issue with like Easter and Valentine's Day.
I think like capitalism is doing pretty well though with America. They've got like a quarter of the year, like I'd say half the year already sorted. Like you've got Halloween, October 31st, so everyone goes and buys shit, and then Thanksgiving, which is Black Friday sales, everyone goes and buys shit, and then you've got Crimbus, and then everyone goes and buys shit. It's just like, nice work. You've done well.
And then they also have like the 4th of July and all that as well. So
4th of July, Valentine's Day.
We get Australia Day / Invasion Day, and that's
St.
it.
Patrick's Day, and anyway.
So yeah, but it's like it is. It's capitalism. Is basically what it boils down to. It's just another reason for people to buy shit and like have get-togethers and whatever. And I don't know. It's just like particularly this year, like just walking past Kmart, like. It's basically grabbing you and saying, you better be celebrating Halloween, buy this stuff. And like I'm looking at this giant November pumpkin 1st. Pumpkin head that is actually a cat bed. I'm like, I could probably buy that.
Fucking works. And then November 1st it's going to be Christmas time, Christmas carols, and you're like,
the supermarket today already had fucking Christmas stuff in there. Christmas cake and your gingerbread.
I like Crimbus.
Crimbus
is great, but like it's not even November yet. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it. Like, if it's too soon.
Make it at least December, and then you're like, cool. You can start getting in a Crimbus spirit. You start looking at presents for your family. If you've got young kids or young adjacent kids, then you can start looking at things they might like. But like, it's like, oh, come on! I want to have this thing sit in my house for 8 weeks. No.
Yeah. I definitely don't have multiple presents for Eladi stashed under the bed and in closets and places.
She's like, and
is one of them a Tifa sex doll?
No, well, yes, that's why it's under the bed.
Stores under the bed.
That's quick delivery.
You just fold it up, like you put its legs over its shoulders and it falls.
So you're doing what to it?
Put your legs over the shoulders. That's how you do it. Exactly.
Look, it was more for me. I was breaking it down to being like, okay, Christmas for me is like 3 to 4 paychecks away. I need to get started.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I get paid every 2 weeks. So that's how I see it. And for Eladi, like, Christmas is 2 paychecks away.
Yeah, I was going to say, for me, my feeling on Christmas is it's always just hard work. I never get to do what I want to do. So I hate Christmas. It's always numerous family members arguing over who's going where for what. and who gets presents, who doesn't, why do they get presents and these people do, and then who's going where, who's traveling what, who's...
Well, last year we were at my parents', and the year before we had it just me and you here, which was fine.
Yeah.
That was good.
Which means that I haven't seen my parents in 3 years. And guess what they're expecting?
Us to go there.
Yeah.
Ugh, expensive.
Yeah.
Long trips.
Yeah. And then your parents would be like, well, when do we get to see it? That's what I mean.
No, my parents understand. I already told them it's a possibility.
Yeah, but this is my point. It's not, I don't want to do either.
Wow.
Exactly.
I'd like to just lay in a hammock and drink. I don't want to travel fucking Christmas. It's the worst.
No, I know.
Anyway, that's just me complaining. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's Christmas, like any of those sort of public holidays, like those where there's an obligation to like do the family stuff. I hate all that stuff. I'd much rather go at a normal time and like just hang out with friends and family and stuff. It's not only that. Like if you go, like if I go back to my hometown, which is a 6-hour drive away, like I can't catch up with my friends and stuff because they're all obligated to spend their time with their family.
Yeah.
And so on. It's like
you can't double dip.
Yeah, except there was this one time that I got very, very, very drunk at my partner at the time, family. I just got really drunk with their uncles. And then I just invited all my friends over and they all came over. Then we all got really drunk and I passed out somewhere. And I don't know. I woke up in bed with 2 of my mates the next day. So
you woke up in bed with 2 of your mates?
Mm-hmm.
I need the Pornhub intro for this right now.
Yeah.
Can't find it.
A little bit of bloke on bloke. Nothing wrong with that. All right, come on. Just, you know,
I mean,
bro, job.
Shelby's just thinking, damn, I haven't even got him anywhere near this drunk before because I barely. It's been a while.
It's so difficult to get drunk.
I was so drunk, like that was. I don't know what happened. I am only retelling this from what other people told me.
I mean, yeah. Look, I don't think I'll ever really get super drunk again because of like how my body's changed. But I did have a great brownie last weekend, and I say great, but it was to the point where I think that like I was hallucinating, so I put myself to bed. It was bad.
A wild journey.
Anyway, I'll take one of those at Christmas. We'll see what happens.
Anyway, moving along.
Oh, speaking of, did you see they're doing like recreational cannabis in Germany?
Really?
Yeah.
I hope
like they're approving
more countries do it because then the more countries to do it, the closer we are
like,
to following.
not even medicinal. It's just like, no, straight Germany, like go and rec. It's like, okay, cool.
It's gonna boost the economy.
Oh yeah.
That's the right
Hacks
thing to do.
The shit out of it. Makes good money. You know, gets some people away from alcohol, which is arguably more damaging.
That's great. Yeah. Sorry.
And then you'll get an email from Uber Eats about the amount of cannabis you're ordering.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Imagine if you could order cannabis via Uber Eats. Wait, I've got a friend in Seattle,
Uber
and
smokes.
it's all legal there. I've got to ask my friend in Seattle if she can get stuff delivered through Uber Eats. It's like cannabis. I'll find out. I'm curious.
We're noticing that you're ordering things at 11:30 at night. I wonder why this might be.
For some reason, you've been ordering at 5 McDonald's since you ordered that one cannabis.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Are you okay?
Friendly reminder that consuming McDonald's 5 times in a row may upset your stomach. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to supersize me. Whatever that night guy's name was who did supersize me, Nate McDonald.
That guy was wild. Everyone was forced to watch that movie and it's not even that accurate.
But yeah, that's the thing, right? Like there was a professor that debunked that thing. If like you can eat Maccas for every single meal, he did it over like 2 months, but he stayed under the calorie thing. So he ate all of the stuff that was on it, but he stayed within the dietary requirements, and he was healthier.
It's sort of like
so. It really comes down to how much you eat.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know, I'm going to eat McDonald's every day. It's going to be unhealthy. I'm also going to eat an unhealthy amount of food every day, and it's going to be unhealthy. Like, if you ate a healthy amount of McDonald's each day, you'd be fine. Yes, but that's not the point of the show.
No.
Yeah.
There was also, he did a sequel as well. You know that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
In 2017 about chicken, like KFC.
Mm.
And it was just like more
Man needed to get paid, all right? He wasn't getting residuals from the other one because it got debunked, all right? So it's
all the thing was going low.
Yeah.
It's like, how much lettuce lettuce can you eat until it's unhealthy?
Yeah.
Like that's, you know.
It's right. It's like everything in moderation is the key.
I just checked like the synopsis for this because there's an interesting line here. This is in the synopsis for Super Size Me 2. Anyway, he goes on to explain that 6 months prior to his grand opening of he had received an invite from the marketing agency for Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, which is another restaurant, proposing a commercial script where he goes to expose them as a bad fast food brand only to discover that they were actually doing great things. So like obviously a completely fabricated plot line for a commercial. And then then he decided to do this second thing. But I just thought that was funny. That's actually kind of a funny idea for a commercial.
So guy is still making stuff.
Yeah. Morgan Spurlock.
Yeah. So he made a TV show as well called 30 Days. And in each episode, he did 30 days, basically immersing himself in a mode of life. So 30 days in prison, 30 days as a devout Christian, 30 days as a homophobe, staying with homosexuals. So anyway, I think this guy's a massive clout chaser. Just goes for anything that will get him a headline, really.
He did a documentary called Where in the World is Osama Bin Laden? So yeah, he's definitely a clout chaser.
Well, they found him. No.
This is before then. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah, so it says here he was in a television episode.
For Buffy the Vampire Slayer, he worked on one as well?
No, The Simpsons.
Oh, wild.
Yeah.
Was he playing himself?
Yes.
There you go. That's...
I shared a picture on Twitter of an anime version of The Simpsons, which I thought was cool.
That.
Yeah, it's not a picture. It's
clips.
It's an episode.
So good. It's an episode
it's a Halloween episode.
So they got the actual like the artists and stuff originally from Death Note to make a Death Note Simpsons episode.
It's actually really good.
It looks so good, and it made me kind of go, man, I kind of wish that The Simpsons just had a Japanese spin-off now.
But actually, some people like do those 3D renders and stuff like that, and they'll be like, this is what The Simpsons look like in real life. I'm like, this anime depiction is the best that they've ever done.
More realistic for like how
it's
they
believable.
Style the hair and like the characters. Yeah, definitely.
I looked at that and said, fuck yeah, I'm going to watch that episode. Last season of The Simpsons I watched, I was just disgusted, really. It was just so trash. So, I will come back for this episode and watch it. And that's coming from someone who used to watch The Simpsons like every day. New Simpsons is garbage.
Yep.
Like the last 5 years plus.
Yeah, I only see weird clips of it come up on TikTok where I'm like, that's questionable.
It's not even that it's questionable. It's just shit. It's trash TV. It's like, it's bad. The writing's bad, basically what it comes down to. And like, I even watched, so like when you think about like the peak era of like animated TV, not anime and like not cartoons and stuff like that, but like your Futurama, Simpsons, Family Guy,
Western animation.
Like, Western animation, that golden era, which doesn't exist anymore. I mean, the closest thing we've got to anything that's really hits that right tone is like probably Rick and Morty. Has that fandom, that following to it, where everyone's like, we still watch Bob's Burgers, but even Bob's Burgers is sort of hit and miss. Like they'll have a good thing every now and then.
Yeah, like other recent ones, probably like Archer.
But even Archer fell off.
It did fall off, but it was after the kind of quote unquote golden age, I think.
Yeah.
It's on the tail end, maybe.
Archer shot themselves by shooting Archer, and then they retconned it in the end.
Wow, spoilers.
Yeah. It's not a spoiler. The spoiler is they do 2 seasons of Dreams. That's a spoiler.
Dream sequence.
That's
2 whole seasons of dream sequence.
I think Rick and Morty is still doing pretty well. I've enjoyed the latest few episodes.
It is, but also I feel like I'm tired of those characters. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I like the humor, and I like it when they introduce new characters, but I don't like it when they just stick to the main cast. I feel like they're not as funny.
I think that there was one that I really liked recently. Inside Job, which is on Netflix. It's a Netflix original show, and it's really good. It's made by the same people who did Gravity Falls, but it's like a more adult show, and it's just about a bunch of people working for the shadow government, basically like the Illuminati underground,
even
controlling everything.
That felt very Rick and Morty at times as well.
Sort of, yeah, and people have said that, but I quite like it. It's actually coming out with its 2nd season this month. So
in terms of like animated comedy shows like Simpsons and all that sort of stuff, there's nothing at the moment, honestly.
No.
There's nothing that's amazing. Rick and Morty is like as good as it gets. In terms of like animated shows, though, like I know we covered it off pretty heavily on the podcast, but Edge Runners, the anime, was fucking spectacular.
So good. I really want Studio Trigger to make more stuff.
And then if you go back to like when we watched Invincible on Amazon, that was next level unexpected.
Ooh, Invincible,
how good that was, just how good that was written and done while looking like a Saturday morning cartoon was. And then the amount of people like, nah, I don't want to watch that. It's animated. It's like, no, good.
You gotta stop. People need to stop letting like something being animated like make them not watch something. I know that
Yeah,
like
I mean, animated and comedy, it's like, that doesn't really happen anymore, but like things like Invincible, Edge Runners is really good, but for a completely different reason.
Yeah.
Animation, people need to stop viewing animation as like inherently childish is what the problem is.
So this brings me to my next topic. I don't want to harp on about it forever, but Star Wars.
Now we finally get to talk about hentai.
No.
I knew it.
Not hentai. Not hentai. Star Wars. You can, don't worry. Anyway, I've been watching the new series Andor at the moment, which is basically like Star Wars for over 30s. Like it is. There is none of the cheesiness, the gimmicks, none of that stuff that's seen in any of the other Star Wars properties. It is just straight up drama and suspense, and just that's it. The entire show. Which is why there's like no one watching it because all the people that wanted to watch it, they want like goofy lightsabers and blasters and shit like that. And like there hasn't been a lightsaber in the show yet. They don't. It's just nothing to do with that. It's just drama. It's like watching fucking The Sopranos, but it's just fucking in Star Wars land. So I've been really enjoying that, which is really good. But they also dropped a very short series called Stories of a Jedi or something like that on Disney Plus, and that's basically it's like they're like, oh, we've got all these events that happen that are canon, but they don't really fit into anything. So we're just going to make it into an animated short and put it up just to explain it. And one of the things that they explained is something that we've discussed before, which is YADDLE. YADDLE is the female Yoda, who everyone sort of thought that, maybe that's where Baby Yoda came from for the Mandalorian series. YADDLE character. If you look it up, she's terrifying. Anyway, she gets her own episode where she like confronts Sidious and the fucking Dark Lord, and they have a full lightsaber battle and all this sort of shit. I'm like, this is really cool. It's not part of anything. It's just literally a 10-minute short, just going, well, this is what happened to YADDLE. We're not going to fit it into any of our actual shows, so here it is. And they just did like 6 episodes of that, just plugging in holes. But what
I want to point out, like, oh, you're going to go say it. I'm mad about it.
What?
I know what you're going to say about how she talks.
Who, YADDLE?
Yes.
No, what about how she talks?
You don't know. Okay, so the species that Yoda is a part of, which doesn't have an official name in the Star Wars universe, but it's just referred to as Yoda's species. They're all supposed to talk in the same style as Yoda, which is, with these like powerful of the Force you are and that sort of thing. YADDLE and Grogu are both supposed to eventually talk like that in Grogu's case.
She doesn't talk like that at all. She talks like
she doesn't talk like that.
She talks like a homie.
A
yeah, she's just like, yo, man, you kind of messed up that. It's just straight sentences. It's also Bryce Dallas Howard is YADDLE.
I love Bryce Dallas Howard. But for years, everyone was always like, yeah, if we hear her, she'd like talk the same. And that's like that was confirmed by like people who worked on the prequel series, canonized, whatever.
YADDLE.
Doesn't happen. YADDLE talks like a normal. People have then now come up with the excuse that Yoda is speaking like a more ancient dialect or a more ancient way of speaking, and YADDLE is like more down with the kids and the times. She's hip, so she's speaking in like I think it's called Galactic Basic is what they call English pretty much. Or something.
Sounds like a coding language. Galactic Basic.
Yeah.
But it's just I'm kind of mad about it because it kind of changes things, but changing things is not necessarily bad. But I kind of like the idea that she's just like really hip and cool, and she's like young. But yeah, just something that
I don't want to derail this too much, but there's definitely YADDLE porn.
There's porn of everything. Rule 34.
Rule 34, my guy.
Rule 34.
Yeah.
But YADDLE.
Yep. Come in, you, I will.
Oh my god.
That was too accurate.
Yeah, I hate how that came out of your mouth so fast though. No hesitation.
He's seen it. He's seen it already. That's why.
Anyway, the English language in Star Wars is called Galactic Basic Standard, but that's it.
Okay, now it sounds like a font.
It does.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'll write you my letter in Galactic Basic Standard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I looked up YADDLE porn.
No, is it Yoda porn?
No, it's YADDLE. It's only YADDLE. Anyway, there's I don't even know how to describe this fucking thing. But basically, it's 2 Jedis are having sex, and then it's like a panel that has YADDLE, and she's talking in how you like it. All right, Shelby. She says, a disturbance in the force I sense. Never mind, someone is fucking. Someone is.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What?
It's not even of them.
No, that's what I mean. So bizarre. Anyway, yeah, I just thought that was interesting that the show that they've put like the millions and millions of dollars into is a very much not really I mean, it's a Star Wars show, but it's not really a Star Wars show. It's got none of the Star Wars tropes in it. And because of that, I like it. I think I'm enjoying it a lot more than anything else, including YADDLE. So
Good.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I wanted to say about that.
As long as it's not as bad as Kenobi, I think it'll be fine.
It's nothing
You
like
didn't
any other show.
Kenobi?
No, I did not.
I loved Kenobi, but then
It's-
again, I am in love
They
with you.
completely assassinated his character.
So I don't like I said, I don't want to dive into it, but I'd say if you're at all interested in like serious storytelling, this is serious storytelling. It's not anything like Star Wars has ever done before. And the parallels and the deep dives of like YouTube videos that I'm watching, that basically they're paralleling a lot of historic events with Nazis to the Empire, and they're retelling it to make you feel horrible for, you know, these rebellions that are trying to rise up against these oppressors. And there's so many, like, basically he's in a labor camp at the moment on the show. So, and he's been held, you know, by Nazis.
I mean, it was well known for many years that the Star Wars series is like a
No, but they're not shying away from it. They're straight up like he gets sent to jail for no reason. Like they just send him to jail. He was walking the street. They're like, "Yo, you look sus." He's like, "I'm not sus. Like, go to jail. You go to jail because you're an able body and you can work in our labor camps." That's what I mean though. It's nothing like Star Wars. It's not Kenobi. You know, it's not like the Jedis need to hide from the Sith Lords or anything like that. It's just a guy who's trying to make a living and then gets oppressed and all this other. It's very political and stuff like that. It's really weird to see. Like I just thought it was going to be like Star Wars. It was going to be lightsabers and blasters and TIE fighters and shit.
Oh.
No, there is one episode which has they do like a heist episode, and it was so well shot and stuff. I'm like, fuck, this should be in the cinema. And also it makes you realize how shit some of these like later Star Wars movies were actually just hot garbage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, it is what it is. Speaking of things that aren't as hot garbage, I know we covered off a little bit. We talked a little bit about Black Adam last week. But since then, I also finished Gotham Knights, which is another DC property that is getting railed by reviews.
What did you think?
I really enjoyed it. Would I go back and play it more? Maybe, but not like if I had trophies or some kind of marker to like go and unlock, I would go do it. But I was playing on PC.
Maybe a DLC or something.
Maybe, but it's getting destroyed. And I just want to, like, people are like, it's not a Batman game. And that's the point. It's not meant to be a Batman game. People's like, it's not a Rocksteady game. It's like, it's also not a Rocksteady game because Rocksteady's working on the Suicide Squad game. Comes out next year. Like, it's a totally new thing that does it. Anyway, so the interesting thing that I read today that's sort of going around a lot now is that people are like, it was locked to 30 frames on next-gen consoles. And a few developers came out and stepped out of line essentially and said, well, it's locked to next gen consoles because one of the next gen consoles is really shit, referring to the Xbox Series S being a base model thing. Like, we have to make our games accommodate to the lowest common console. And in this case, it's the Xbox Series S, and that's why it's locked to 30 frames.
Yeah.
Of course, Xbox is like, fuck you. And then all the tweets and everything got deleted, and a couple of people put their Twitters on profile and all went to shit because you can't piss off the corporate overlords. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just unfairly getting hammered. And like the DC universe, I mean, we talked about last week how Black Adam's come out and the fans think it's fine. The critics think it's shit. The person running DC didn't really want to do anything too crazy. Well, he's been moved on now. They put James Gunn in there, which is just like a masterclass, I think. He's going to switch. Like, anyone who's seen Peacemaker will know that like what he does for like superhero genres is like
oh my god, he's so good.
He just grounds it. Like Peacemaker was like the one show where I'm like, I'm not interested in Peacemaker. It's just John Cena. Totally turned around after I watched it. I'm like, John Cena can act. He's good.
Yep.
And Peacemaker is a fucking masterpiece. And
it took us a little bit of time before we watched it.
I think it was the dance that got me in the end.
Yeah,
the dance number that they do at the open
wasn't
the
the
show.
tidy whities?
No, just like the opening dance. Like
John Cena gets naked and fucks in that show. Pretty early on, and that man is built.
Yeah.
But
sure is.
No, it was at the end of it. I think it was the sidekicks, like his sidekick mate, and how stupid he is basically, and the writing that goes with all that was just like sealed it for me. But it was the seeing people do the opening dance on TikTok over and over again. I'm like, why are people so obsessed with this fucking show? I'm like, I guess we should watch it, and then we watched it. It's like, holy shit, fucking wild.
I love the dance because it's so camp. Like it's so
I forgot about Eagly.
old school as well. Eagly is so good.
Eagly's so good.
Could have easily just been like a meme, and it kind of was, but was like very well done. It's quite funny.
Eagly is his sidekick eagle that doesn't do anything but hug him. That's it.
Right. Yep. He's a big CGI eagle, and he just chills in the car most of the time.
But yeah, it's I'm glad that they're putting James Gunn in there because if they can spin off there's so many like weird DC characters. Like he pulled a heap in for the Suicide Squad movie that he made. Like there's so many others that he can just be like, this person's not worth it for the big screen. Chuck them in a TV series where they do these things. It'd be heaps better.
He pulled in like some like lesser known characters as well, like Polka Dot Man as well.
Polka Dot Man and Rat Boy and
the Shark, whatever his name was.
Yeah, but it's like I don't want to shit on Marvel, but Marvel TV is garbage. And if DC can just do 3 more seasons of like a Peacemaker style show a year, then I wouldn't even need Marvel shows at all. Fuck off, really. It's like it's people losing their mind. Look, Marvel just dropped their Ant-Man trailer. I looked at it and went, it looks the same as all the others.
I haven't seen it yet.
It looks dumb as hell.
I wasn't even sure if I was watching Multiverse of Madness again. Like and you know what? The CGI fest that it is that fucking trailer. Like people are like, wow, it looks so good. I don't see it.
No, it doesn't. No, it's no.
No, I think people
I understand like a negative Nelly, but yeah, like
no. But I think people are almost at the point where I can't say anything negative about Marvel. People like Marvel. You know, people like. I'm not calling anyone out in particular, but they, like whenever a Marvel drops a trailer or whatever, they just like hype it up constantly. Like, oh my god, the new Ant-Man trailer's out. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. I looked at it.
These guys also content creators.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, you'll get more hits if you put out a YouTube video called Ant-Man is going to be the worst movie ever. You'll get more hits doing that anyway. So I don't know why you're sucking up to it. I'm going to straight up honest. I'm going to go see the movie. Like, they've got my money because they fucking have me by the balls, but I'm also not happy about it, okay? It's just...
Same.
You're just sitting in the middle of it like, no.
It goes back to talking about kinks. It's just like a humiliation kink at this point. Degradation. They got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going to a Marvel movie and then steaming about it the whole time.
Yeah.
The worse it is, the better it makes me feel.
It's not even that. It's not even that though. Like, it's just not a. I don't know. It's like I want more. Like, I want them to do better, and I feel like they're just not doing that for me. And I feel like I was blessed going to see Black Adam without like watching all the trailers 20 times or having it thrown in my face because no one wanted to talk about Black Adam. Because who the fuck's Black Adam? And I went and saw the movie, and I was pleasantly surprised because I had no fucking idea what was going on, and it all was new to me and fresh and looked clean.
The point where you saw it again.
Yeah,
twice in a week.
I was like, I got time to kill. I'm gonna go, do something with my time off. Go to the movies. I'm like, there's nothing else on. Just go watch this again. And I watched it again, and I just chilled and watched it, and it was an enjoyable experience. Where I don't know, it's just back when like the early Marvel, like everything Marvel Phase 1, Phase 2, whatever the fuck they call it. Like those movies, I would watch them over and over again. Like I'd watch them and watch them again later, like, and then go, you see new stuff and fresh stuff. Like I have zero urge to go back and watch the new Thor or Multiverse of Madness or The Eternals was.
Oh my gosh, no.
Oh, please no.
The Eternals was the first Marvel movie I watched where I couldn't watch the whole thing, and I just bailed halfway through. Like not the cinemas. I watched it at home.
I
was at the cinema.
Well.
I paid and I fell asleep.
Oh no.
I fell asleep, woke up, and felt like I missed nothing.
Yeah, literally. Like, they're still here.
They're still here.
Nap time again.
They're fighting each other now. Cool.
Yeah, all right.
And it gets to the end, and they give blades there with a sword. I'm like, that's the best bit of this movie. The last second before the credits. But that's it. That's the only thing I can actually recall. I couldn't tell you a single character's name in that fucking show. It was awful. I actually was watching people were doing deep dives on like the old Blade movies now, like comparing to how they would fit into the MCU these days and stuff like that. And I'm just like watching it going, fuck yeah, old Blade was awesome. Are those original Blade movies? Oh man, so good. And it's just like, obviously Wesley Snipes is a tax evader, but that's a different thing, who's good in his movies. I don't know if I've told on the podcast before, but when I went and saw Blade 2 at the cinema in my hometown with 12 Japanese students who were exchange students. they wanted to go and see Western cinema because they barely speak English, and we went and saw Blade 2. And if you've ever seen Blade 2, it opens up with a rave where they like pump blood out of sprinklers on them.
Oh my god.
Oh.
They ran out of the cinema screaming.
I was gonna say, did they love it?
Screaming.
Traumatized.
Can you use other liquids or? Okay.
No, but in your vampires, they're having a big club.
No, I was more thinking for other uses with other movies. Group viewings and stuff.
I mean,
like you've seen the Boys season 3.
What about a sprinkler system that has nacho sauce in it?
Why?
I don't know, tasty.
What more information? You just
I'm
okay?
Dobby's got a kink for nacho sauce.
Nacho sauce kink unlocked.
Yeah, boy. Who doesn't have a kink for nacho sauce?
Me?
What is nacho sauce
Like
anyway?
it's just like cheese sauce, just like a liquid cheese.
Just liquid cheese. Okay.
Yeah, one liquid cheese.
Yeah, right.
Inject it directly into my veins.
Anyway, moving right along from whatever the hell Shelby's talking about.
Go on.
Yeah, we mentioned last week, we talked a bit about the When We Were Young festival that was canned day 1. Did go ahead for day 2. And
It looked pretty good.
yeah, there was, like, from all accounts, everything else was great. It was just a typical festival. So all the normal festival gripes and people and lack of toilets and all that sort of stuff's all normal. There was one particular clip that I saw, though, where they filmed like up above the stage where all the lighting rigs and stuff were. And like they're like, it's not windy today. Nowhere near as windy as it was the day before. And these lighting rigs were like waving like a flag in the wind.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm like, okay. In that case, I see why they cancelled it, because it looked dangerous that day and they were allowed in. So I can't imagine what it looked like the day before when they weren't allowed in. And from all accounts that the organizers tried to just push on with it, and they were actually shut down by like the city council, whatever you want to call it, saying no fucking way you're going to be having a music festival today in this wind. But it's the I suppose the silver lining is when you give an entire festival's worth of emo kids a whole day off, that what are they going to do, in Vegas of all places? And apparently like all the local Vegas music acts just got fucking sold out full of emos, and they were just doing covers. And one of the big shows that got in Vegas at the moment is Katy Perry's got a residency there. So apparently almost her entire audience were made up of fans who couldn't go to the music festival. And she actually invited a few of them up on the stage to like fucking just, meme it out with them and do dancing and shit like that. It's some fucking weird thing. But yeah, it's such a, when it's like when Fire Festival happened and all that shit went down, and then, it was all this negative press and whatever else. And then this one is like, we took the day off. Everyone agreed it's actually probably for the best. And then we had a good time after that. And it was great. And that was it.
It was a rare PR recovery for an event like that.
Rare PR recovery. Just
rare PRW.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just thought we should update on that, because we talked about it last week being how it's going to be like Crunchyroll Festival again. And it wasn't. It turned out fine. Everyone did the right thing in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy. And yeah. Apart from that, there was one more thing I put in the podcast topics earlier this week, which was the guy who claimed to have got a letter from like, they say it's
Strata, basically the people who manage an apartment building.
Yeah, basically saying that they need to have all their furnishing approved in their own house.
What?
On the balcony, specifically.
Yeah, and if you want to change anything on your balcony, you need to submit a request for form, blah, blah, blah.
You're also not allowed to have clothes on a clothes horse drying outside on your balcony, because you guys all have dryers, so you should be using those. You have no reason to.
Is that what it said?
It did. It does.
We had that up here as
100%.
well. Our body corporate person was like, hey, you probably shouldn't have your balcony, your driving clothes, like out there. I'm like, why? They're like, it's just like not usually good practice. You should dry them inside. And I was like, but I don't have a yard. Where the fuck else am I meant to put them?
I mean, our body
it's like
corporate,
in the dryer. It's like, I don't own one.
Our body corporate says not to hang it over the rails and stuff like that. But other than that, they don't really say anything.
We have a whole ass dryer.
They didn't want cats hanging off the balcony either. So they said no animals trapped on the balcony.
Pip still pokes his head out through the bars and looks down at people anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so I posted this thing earlier this week when I saw it, and there's all this rage of people. How dare people tell us what to do with their own, property, blah, 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 blah. It got picked up by a number of news outlets, Channel 7, Channel 9, News.com, etc. And then the guy came out today to say he made the whole thing up.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
what an ass!
And
are
he's
you
like,
serious?
I feel bad now that it's national news. He was just
Wow.
clout chasing for Reddit.
Nice.
Like, and then it's got 700 comments on it.
What a
Mm.
dick.
It's crazy. But like it. The thing is, it's so believable because that is the sort of shit that you get from like.
I've definitely heard
something.
similar things, and like what Kochie just said, they don't want.
No, literally,
Yeah.
we got our like outside of our apartment complex, like the entire complex was getting painted, right? And so like, okay, cool, we've got to bring all our stuff in inside so that they can paint the walls because they're not allowed to touch any of our stuff. Like that's just their rule. So yep, cool, no worries. We'll bring it all in. They paint it. It's sunny, it gets to dry. We've got plants. We put our plants back out on the balcony. I mean, you water them and stuff because they're fucking plants. We get a knock at the door, and the landlady, like the body corporate goes, can you just not water your plants for a little while? Because if it drips down, it's gonna spoil the paint. And I was like, what if it rains?
Yeah.
Is the paint just fucked?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I dribbled some water down on some plants. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Paint job completely ruined. It's like, I thought paint was better than that. We've gotten to a point where technology should be, a little bit better than beating rain.
There was a guy once. I was walking to work and I was setting up like scaffolding and stuff to paint this building, and I was painting it blue. And then I was like, "They're surely not painting today. It's raining, Like it's Melbourne, like it's always trying to rain, but it might actually rain." So anyway, I came back past and I walked past for lunch, and the building was blue. And then I came back, like when I went home that night, it was back to white, and the paint had just washed it all off. I was like,
No.
like,
I don't know what you were thinking.
I wouldn't pay for that. Like, it's like, imagine you hire a painter and it's like, oh, well, we hired the paint today, regardless if it rains or not. Oops, the rain washed it away. My bad. Like, okay. Just idiots, honestly. But yeah. Anyway, so we got any other Halloween, or does anyone have any episode 69 stories they want to get out of their system before we wrap things up?
How about something on theme for Blizzard?
Oh, God.
Sexual harassment in Overwatch 2.
Is this the private lobby thing?
Yep.
Yeah,
I haven't heard
what's
this.
going
Go on.
on?
You
Yeah,
haven't
I
heard this?
haven't.
Okay, so there is custom game modes, because I saw this thing like came up a couple of days ago. So you can make custom lobbies in Overwatch 2, and what you have one set of people, it's called Sexual Assault Simulator, and what you do is you play as, well, Cassidy, but the other guys are called McCree. It used to be called McCree, and what you would do is one of his abilities was a flashbang. So you would flashbang, which then knocks down the other characters in the lobby and knocks them out, and then you teabag the knocked out character. And that's the entire point of the lobby, is to do that.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
Why are
Which
people
relates
like
back
this?
to
Why?
sexual allegations with the McCree character.
The thing is, to do it that way as well, they have to be up to speed with all the allegations.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so that is a semi-educated person who had made the educated decision to, I don't know, what do you even call that? Role play?
Roleplay, I guess. The best part, though, is you can make
yeah.
the enemies pregnant, quote unquote, which spawns a bot version of the Torbjorn turret, and that's the child.
What the
Which is just the icing on the fucking fucked up cake.
Someone's broken. Someone's brain is broken to make
Didn't we
that.
talk about like private Overwatch role-playing lobbies like
I think it was Overwatch, but we're talking about any game that you could a role play in. And they are other. There's definitely role play, and definitely erotic role play private servers in Overwatch already. Because I did read some of these articles when they were first coming out, and that basically what it sums up to is there's zero moderation, there's zero Overwatch.
Yep.
There's no one watching the Overwatch.
There's no one overwatching the
There's no Overwatch on the Overwatch and stuff, and there's obviously shit humans in there. Yeah, there's nothing more to say about that. It's just truly disgusting.
Yeah, it's just weird, the creativity and absolute debauchery of the internet. I know we've already covered that last week, but still.
It's the wrong creativity. But yes, I did see that, and I was just like, fucking Overwatch, man. And it goes hand in hand with the fact that Overwatch was trending on Pornhub as soon as it came out again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my God.
There was a good intro for a YouTube video I saw where someone's like, I've never played a minute of Overwatch, but I know half the characters. Put them up on screen and I'll tell you who they are. And it was great because it slowly dawned on you that he was only naming the female characters because he was watching the porn. Well, he was like, every time a male character came, it was like, pass. I don't know. No idea.
It was like 2 days.
But as soon as Mercy, just straight away. It was great.
It was like 2 days after the launch of Overwatch 2. There was like this whole Reddit thread, and they were talking about how the source code for the models dropped.
Yeah, got released.
And then that means that they can take them now and put them into their other animated programs for other content. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
I heard they tried really hard to lock down the models and like make it so they couldn't.
Yeah, it took them 2 days.
It took them. Yeah.
Horny
nerds are powerful beings. You know?
Oh yeah, you don't mess with them.
Don't mess with the horny nerds. They they'll be looking for that YADDLE model from.
Oh my god. You know what? They probably are. Now that you've said that, and it's come out recently, it's only a matter of time.
Probably, but maybe not. Who knows? Maybe they don't talk the way that they like. Anyway,
actually, there's a question. It's like in terms of obscure stuff. It's like, well, I'm guessing obviously the VTuber side, because we've got 2 VTubers in here. That must be, I'm guessing, fairly wild in terms of either fan art or like Rule 34 stuff of different models. I'm guessing.
I think that's probably an understatement of the century, but
it's an understatement.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't really delved into VTuber side of things.
There's the entire VTuber side of things that aren't on Twitch. There's VTuber people on like.
There are some VTubers who spend their entire time on Twitter in LewdTuber land. That's all it is. That's what it's called.
LewdTuber.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know if there's anyone in here who will know a lot about that.
No, I'm trying to think of what's the fucking what's the cam site like that fucking it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember what it's called. Chatterbait. There's VTuber chatterbaiters.
There is.
That doesn't surprise me.
And they have their entire OnlyFans and stuff like that, and they have models and stuff. And
recently, there's been a lot of hot water about people using AI to create porn of their VTuber characters.
Yeah.
And not only that, but then people also creating OnlyFans, populating with art that they've commissioned from artists, and then those artists like claiming copyright on them because they never gave a commercial license.
Ooh.
And it's getting really messy. But yeah, just crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, make sure you get those commercial licenses when
I
you
have
get
a commercial license for my body pillow design.
Yeah.
So in case I ever actually want to make merch of it, I won't get in trouble.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. As a VTuber who's had people draw fan art, for me, it's a wild time.
I mean, we literally 5 minutes ago said that horny nerds rule the internet. So
Yeah.
I kind of wish I didn't go down this path, but it's also where the people are. So
where the horny nerds are.
The horny nerds are. That's it.
Yeah.
Making money. The amount of like artists I know that were really trying to make it doing real artwork, and then they switched to furry porn because it made
literally
them a fuck ton of money.
It makes the money.
Furry.
It makes the money.
Furry porn artists make so much money.
The furry industry, full stop, is so much money. Didn't those fursuits and fursonas and shit? They cost so much money.
Lucrative.
And they're so. It's just it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing.
Actually, that's the next that's the next business idea. It's the like furry models, but of like their sex dolls instead.
That already exists. I guarantee it.
That already exists.
And also,
it's already a thing.
I'm not Googling that.
I just want to correct you before you Google it as well. You have to Google it as yiffing. It's a yiffing doll.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah. Gotta get the terms right. The right terminology.
We're all different terms. It's always interesting working in IT, seeing people's like that they just don't close their tabs. Like back when we did
searching yiffing?
No, just like on their tabs. Like we were looking at their phone to fix their Wi-Fi to connect to our network. And then you're like, okay, well, I've got to go to this website and then we'll download a certificate and then it'll enroll. And they're like, okay, cool, no worries. Here's my phone. And you open up Chrome and it's just clopping, like My Little Pony porn. And it's like, okay, cool, awesome. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't worry, it's the 3rd time this week. And then it just like swipes through it because it's just, people just don't care. They just don't think.
Like this might be a breach of something, but when I was in high school and did work placement, which is when you spend a week in a work job.
Mm.
I did fixing computers it was a little independent mum and dad shop. People take their computers in, we fix them, blah blah blah. It was just basically the owner, one full-time staff member, and like 9 work placement kids, because everyone wants to fix computers, right? They would fix every time they fix a computer, they would go looking for the porn on every single one, and they would find them every single time. And sometimes it was just not worth it in any aspect. Especially like, I remember this vividly because I think it scarred me in some way, but this guy it was clearly labeled like porn, and it was gigabytes of porn. But it wasn't porn that you download. It was porn that he made of himself.
No.
No.
So I just remember the guy like, oh, he found it. He clicked it, opened it up, and he's like, oh my God.
Oh.
This is like, have you ever had questionable content on your phone in your like camera roll, and you've gone to show somebody something else on your phone, and then they swipe?
Yes.
Yeah, that's happened.
And you're like,
There's a trick to that. There's a trick to that. When you're looking in your photos, you zoom in slightly, like on the picture,
and then they can't swipe.
They can't swipe. They'll try to move it, and it'll just move the picture.
Many years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
That's a hack now. I was just like, if I ever have that, which I don't.
There's just something wrong with people who think they can just swipe on other people's phones. Anyway. Just look at the picture.
Yeah.
Or better, worse yet is when you're showing somebody something and then they take your phone. Like they
try to
grab
it. Like, fuck off. Yeah.
So I flinched to react to grab my phone back, and by then it was too late, and I wrenched it out of their hands before they got a good look. But yeah, not a good time.
What'd you have? Heap of dick pics or what? What was going on?
No, it was a picture of my boobs.
Oh my God, not boobs. You can't see those.
No, but like it's still my private stuff. Like everybody's probably taken a naked picture before in their life. That's just part of.
No.
Really?
Not at all.
No.
Oh, crazy.
Just
anyway,
you then. Oh, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
No,
Anyway.
no. We're not sassing you. That you just like. That's awesome. That's good job.
No, I'm just saying, like it's very common. So whatever.
See, my concern is when I show someone a cat picture, they're going to scroll. They're going to see I'm a fucking nerd because there's so many pictures of like, video games and stuff.
Your camera roll is like pictures of like games and stuff you bought to do social posts and pictures of the cat. So
pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if they scroll from the cat picture, like, what's this game? Go
That's
away.
actually honestly all my camera roll is these days as well. So it's not as risky anymore. But
Yeah, I'm looking through like a whole page of my camera roll. It is food, the plane pics, my car, and some work planning charts. That's all my. A whole page of my phone photos. And me in a shiny hat. Yeah.
Mine is clips that I've used to make a TikTok. Mine is accidental screenshots of my home screen. A video of Chip trying to climb a wall with Aladi holding him up to the roof. And then pictures of my nails. That's it.
I have a lot of screenshot of things where I'm like, I better screenshot this and I'll come back to this later, and I just never do.
Literally never do.
Never do.
Yeah.
No. Unfortunately, mine is less safe for work and more, hey, here's porn of your OC. Here's this.
Well, you got to keep the fans happy.
The fans keep themselves happy.
I'll bet they do.
It's more at the point where they're requesting voice recordings of things, and it's a bit, oh no.
I did see
there's a whole
voice recording posts.
There's a whole subreddit for that.
Oh goodness. I've done one. It was a little snippet, and I don't know if I can muster up the strength to continue that.
Because you said before, kind of, you sort of regret going down the path that you're going down.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like to joke, and I do say, I started off as a nice Christian, wholesome VTuber.
How many of those around?
No.
And they got me so far, and it went well, and then we kind of hit a bit of a plateau, and then that's where LewTuber kind of started springing up. And essentially, VTubers were given 2 choices. You remain on the path that you're on, or you derive into the filth that is LewTubing. So I trialed it, / my community was kind of already going that way anyway because of mutuals, like shared communities. And it was like just trickling in, and then I just one day decided, fuck it. Let's do this, and kind of changed my branding. And lovely Kochie here helped with the new words for the intro from wholesome to eludesome. So here
Bringing
we
it back.
are, bringing it back.
And there's no born again Christian VTuber.
But yeah, like there's some regrets. I get like it was really creepy. I think Shelby commented because I tried to post some screenshots
That
in my
person.
in my admin chat on Twitter. Just being like, "Hey guys, this creep on Twitter is commenting on my breast shape. And I have never met this person before. I've never seen him before. And essentially he got even creepier than the little snippet that you saw. So I was just kind of being like, yep, I've banned him, just letting my admin team know.
And
But
Discord's
yeah,
like, nah, bitch.
yeah, Discord's like, nah, bitch, this is too like.
And then you were like, hey guys,
not
what's
so-
this error message? I'm like, what the fuck is that you're trying to send?
90% opacity. They're like,
Shit.
shit.
I didn't even like look at that, funnily enough. And then you were like, what is that? And I like looked at it and I was like, oh. And I was like, oh shit, which one is it? And I was like, oh, thank God it's not the actual one with the thing. But yeah, there's a few regrets, but it's been fun. There's just obviously there's gonna be aspects in anything that's a little bit like, yeah, this sucks. I guess we just have to deal with this now because this is where we're going.
I mean, you could always have your character actually be a born again Christian. Just get like a new model made where you're a nun.
Oh my
Just-
God.
Yeah, I was gonna say full nun outfit, and then the Pope will watch you.
Oh my God. Okay, no, I
Yes.
need a child nun VTuber. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I'd be careful with that path. You're.
It's ending there, don't worry.
Yeah. But it's interesting though, and it's sort of a sidetrack a little bit. But I'd noticed spinning off from the whole foam pit thing that happened at TwitchCon, right? Because everyone made this whole comment because she was a porn star previously,
Mm.
and then she hurt herself, and everyone just said, "Haha, she's a porn star," basically, which is irrelevant.
Right.
No, my joke was someone was finally was able to blow out her back.
Yeah.
But anyway,
There was so many more. And
yeah.
I've seen. Yeah, anyway, we won't go into it because you're all horrible people. But then I did like it just I sort of veered from that, and there was like these clips of Sasha Grey, the porn star, who's retired, who retired at like age 22 or something because she made so much money blowing out her back. And she's been on Twitch for 3 years now, and she was doing like she just fully messes with her community constantly. Like it's not like the obviously people go there and because they know the name and they know her content. But that's not her content anymore. And she's like straight up being like, no, you guys are fucking perverts. We know you're here. She's like, I do voice acting now. I'm in TV shows and movies, and I'm obviously on Twitch and stuff like that. And then like I have to figure, she like wore like fake breasts on one stream and like really played it up just to prove that everyone was there for one reason, and then just fucking shamed her community for it as well. And like,
legit, really good entertaining. Like sitting there watching them play Elden Ring was really entertaining. Legitimately good streamer. And they're going to be the voice in an upcoming DLC for Cyberpunk as well.
Yes, that's right. That's
Remember
where
correctly?
that's where I got to. Yeah. So
Oh, very cool.
But yeah, so she is just straight up said, "This is not what I'm about anymore. Stopping horny little shits," basically. And honestly, have mad respect for that because I mean, she just laid down the law and said, "This is what we're about now," and that's it. So
yeah, it really is about being stubborn because at the end of the day, it's your content. I don't want to get like back on another tangent of a tangent, but yeah, it's like you shape the community. If you allow bullshit to happen, bullshit will happen. If you're like, fuck off, it either people get trolly or they get really pissed at you, but eventually they leave you alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
and like if
interesting.
you're a person who's gone down like a certain path, you can roll that back as well. Just if you're ever uncomfortable, it's not just like about Sassy or anything. It's about like anyone in any sort of way who thinks they're being dragged into a certain direction by their community. You get to drag it back.
Sorry.
So
That's a great picture.
I'm just
Yeah.
seeing that.
Sorry,
Yeah.
zombies, yeah.
So I just put the article in the team chat so you guys can have a look at it because I had to refresh myself with how it all went down. But basically, the whole chat kept asking if she had a boob job the whole time, and she didn't. She just basically didn't, acknowledge it for the longest time. But yeah, she was wearing fake breasts. So there you go.
It even shows on that article the stream views with and without the boobas.
Oh,
2,000 views without the boobas, 8,000 views with the boobas.
I guess this is the point that Sassy's making is that like if you're finding yourself stagnant, there is a path for growth there in more than one way.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
I mean, some people fully accept it though. Like, what was it, the
Unfortunately,
one you were gonna raid the other day, Sassy, where I just clicked on the model and I was like, what the
Yeah.
like? It's just everything.
Oh my god, there was a
Basically,
fuck, what?
yeah, I didn't know how they hadn't been
that was
banned.
TOS. Yeah.
Like that was TOS, and then the guy who like recommended them to me was like, "Oh, well, she's been streaming for the last 3 months, and this is her model." And I'm like, "There's like nothing covering anything." Like,
There was
and
No.
yeah,
there was
no, just I couldn't.
I can't remember. I can't remember what the brand was. I think it was a computer brand. They had some competition where you had to like. I think it was like it might have been like make a funny clip thing, and it was all meant to be voted by the fans and stuff like that. Anyway, I tried really hard. Like I submitted and I edited and did everything perfect, and I got like get everyone I could find to like vote on it and like comment on it, share it, and it got really good numbers. I'm like, surely we're gonna get this. And then they announced the winner, and they just put in like the username of that person. And I'm like, I haven't even heard of this person. Like I haven't seen their clip. I haven't even seen their entry into this thing. How did they win it? Click the link. She was live and she was doing full body paint and she was not wearing any clothes at all.
Wow.
She was just and like I think she was a G cup. And I'm pretty sure that I know what assets that she used to win that competition. I'm just like, this is stupid. Why I even try? And like I'm like it's literally and like I'm not a person who's like titty streamers are stealing my views because they're not my views. They're different audience altogether.
They weren't going to watch you anyway, mate. No.
Exactly. But that was a definite case of some horny motherfucker chose this person for reasons not thinking with the head that's on his shoulders. So, but yeah, I just remember being really pissed off about that because I was just like, this person.
Yeah, fair.
That's just like it's not even subtle. It was just a straight up. And like I don't even think she was like doing a cosplay or anything like that. She was just painting herself blue. So
yeah, right.
It was a Mystique cosplay. What are you talking
Yeah, I
about?
was gonna say Mystique.
Or an Avatar cosplay.
I think it was a
Smurf.
Smurf, yeah.
I think she was cosplaying wearing clothes, but not actually.
The Blue Man Group.
Yes.
I mean, my stance, and I know everyone's got their own opinions of it, but my stance on the whole thing is like you got to earn a buck the way you can earn a buck. And if I had the body for painting blue and earning thousands of dollars a stream, I would paint my body blue daily.
I don't know. I feel like you still have to be like 1 in 1,000 to actually make it in that regard anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like,
I mean, you definitely do. You don't.
As much as I'm like, you know what, you live your OnlyFans or your
but you
streaming
can't just
titty dreams. You can't just do it.
Yeah, you can't just go. My clothes fell off and now I'm rich. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, like it doesn't.
No.
Can't,
You've
doesn't
got
quite
to
work
all
that
of
way.
the extra
It still
stuff. Like I'm
works.
sure you already deal with a lot of weird messages and stuff, but
Yeah.
like
It's still
on top
content.
of
You still got to
that-
make content.
you got to make content, and you still got to deal with a community that you will shape. And if you've got your booba everywhere and that type of content, it's going to make money, but then it's also going to attract.
Yeah, we also joked about this
the people
last
in
week.
control of the internet, which are the weird,
Yes.
nerdy people.
We
which
joked
are
last week
odd.
where my stalkers are harmless bears, where there's many female streamers who get very scary stalkers. So
We sure do. Yeah.
it's definitely a different clientele. I wonder if my stalker will pay me to paint myself blue because.
Thinking
As long as you don't wear any
face.
clothes to start off with, maybe, yeah.
And I have a beard and silicon.
Okay, I'm gonna just tell me your location. I'll just map out every cold rock in a 10-kilometer radius, just in case.
I know which one he
Those
works
are-
at. I know which one.
Oh,
He works
right.
So those are still a thing. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, only serial killers and stalkers work. I brought this up at work. I mentioned it to my coworker. She's like, "Oh my god, did you talk about how he reviews like massage parlors?" Like, yeah, we talked about that. And
Oh,
he's like,
Yep.
gosh.
and the silicon doll. I'm like, yeah, we talked about that as well. So
Nice.
Oh no.
still apparently comes into my work every now and then. So I'm still sticking by. Tell him I'm dead. So, but yeah, it's like yeah, I think the whole OnlyFans, all that sort of stuff. Like if that's the content you want to do it. If it makes you uncomfortable, don't do it. I think, and this is my advice to everyone who makes content: is make content that you want to make, because otherwise you don't want to make it. And
Exactly.
that's basically it. And it's surprising the amount of people that when I tell them that, they're like, "Yeah, you got a point. You know, maybe I shouldn't play
Yeah.
Overwatch every day because I hate it." You know, It's like-
I was talking about
Yeah,
this on the
it's
Discord,
actually-
like
Yeah, we
yesterday or
were.
something.
Yeah.
we were talking about different content and the people that follow trends and stuff. And I mentioned GTARP because there are a bunch of people who've gotten really popular off GTARP, even just for one single character that they've created.
Mm.
And as soon as they do anything else, like they have a weird voice, like they don't use
crashes.
voice modulation or whatever, they like make the voice happen and it feels authentic, and they're talking all weird, and then their voice starts to hurt, so they're like, okay, well, I'm either not going to stream or I'm going to play a different character or play a different game for this day. Views absolutely plummeting.
Mhm.
yeah, I mean,
They're getting
RP's
partner
a
or
great
something
one.
off that content. Yeah, and they're
Because-
just like, okay, I'm going to play Apex, and it's like, nah,
Yeah,
2
No.
views.
no, and it's
Literally.
like there's a lot of people that I know that play RP on like servers that I play on even, and they will establish a character and have a plan and like have a good viewer base and people enjoying the story, and then the people running the server will change something
Mm.
that ruins their character, and they're like, well, I can't do anything anymore because that's maybe they're building up to rob the bank, and then the guy coding the bank broke the bank, and now they can't rob the bank anymore. It's like, well, my content's gone. What am I meant to do? Like, I still need to stream, and like for a while I had that problem where like my audience was RP, and if I wasn't playing RP, I'd get fuck all viewers at all, if any.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there was times where I'd play on the server, and like there was literally like a few times where it was just 2 of us on the server.
Yeah.
And like I can be entertaining as fuck, but there's only so much one man can do. It's like, so yeah, so that's why I kind of make an effort to make sure I play more than one game, because I never want to get stuck into that sort of pigeonhole again. And RP's
Yeah.
good. Like if I can get back to those golden days of being on a server with the 30 constant, people on there and telling stories and making consistent content, I will go and do that. But if there's any sign of that slipping away, I would be one of the first to exit, because I don't want to be, I don't want to die with the server sort of thing. But yeah, it's again, like, but if I wasn't enjoying that, like, I'm not going to do it, because it's not going to be a fun time for anyone. And yeah, I mean, I'm not barely playing RP at the moment because just getting it to work is a pain in the ass, and I don't enjoy that. So I'm just playing other games and looking for other things that I enjoy. And some games that are great, and some games I'm playing and I'm going, this really doesn't do much for me. But it's at the end of the day, I'm just going to make content that I enjoy. So, because
This makes me laugh. Those people that that complain about those, like complaining about boober streamers and stuff, saying, "Oh man, if I had that body, I would be doing that and stuff." And it's like, well, the people on the internet, they're like you as well. There may not be as many.
Yeah.
You can do that right now, and you will still make money. And then it's like, okay, well, now they're coming into question. I was like, no, you wouldn't actually do that. You just want to give people shit for being successful at it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, you guys are aware of my enemy. Basically his argument, he was a VTuber as well. And his argument was, no one wants a male VTuber when they all want waifus, online waifus. And I'm like, look,
husbando's a thing, right?
yeah, I'm like, look, you have a point, but there's a lot of people who are after a husbando. You just got to find your niche. And that was back when I was like a constant Dead by Daylight streamer.
right.
And I ended up burning myself out really, really bad. Because like as a new streamer, you go, I'll pick a game, I'll grind that game, I get community from that game, therefore am successful. And that's generally what you think when you first start out.
Therefore, say hate self. Yes.
Yeah. It worked. But then I literally had to take like a 6-month break. And what happened to all that grind I was doing was essentially for nothing. And I came back and I went, you know what? I can't do the grind. I'm just going to play what I want to play. and people will figure themselves out. Your community will figure it out.
And
you know?
that community that turns up to watch you play what you want to play are the decent.
They're there for you. Yeah, like
That's
they're
what you
there for
want.
you. They're not for your gameplay.
Yep.
Or you know.
And look, as much as it might be
Quality
fun,
over quantity.
Yeah.
As much as it might be fun to like grind and get your numbers and stuff like that.
It's just
if
like,
they're going to
it kills your
disappear,
drive.
yeah, if they're going to just disappear as soon as you take a break, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
And like a great example of this is Panda TV. I was reading a thread on his Twitter, and he's like, "I'm taking a week off," and I think he said that the most he's ever taken off is like 10 days in 10 years or something like that. Like it's some ridiculous figure like that. He just streams constantly, and like I remember it was last year he got really sick, and like he got really sick, and then like I think he only missed a week, and even during that week he had other people that would stream for him on his channel to keep that consistency going, and he made it very public to say afterwards is like just being a little bit inconsistent for that little bit of time when he was trying to get himself together lost him so many subs, like so many subs. And that's because that's a grinder. It's a grinder mentality, you know. And if you're not grinding, then you're not making any money, and you're not making any subs, and people go elsewhere. And you know, it happens. It's just part of content creation.
That is a major difference, I think, between terms of platforms. Like even to compare it to things like, I guess, like OnlyFans and other Patreon and those types of things. It's like, well, they're subscribing for you.
Yes.
And it's like, cool, you're going to release content, and depending on how you do it, you'll get paid for that amount of content. And like, but it's Twitch. It's like, if you're not live, you're not earning.
Yeah.
So there's that constant mindset in your brain to be like, I could be earning money right now. I could be earning money right now. And my numbers aren't high enough. I could be earning money right now.
Yeah.
Like mindful of time because we've got to wrap things up shortly. But I don't want to start a huge conversation. But that's where YouTube is better than Twitch because you can plan out your content and say, well, I've got this content that's dropping, and
it's not better, it's different. But yes,
no, but it's easier to take a week off on YouTube than it is on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because it depends on the content though. If you release daily uploads.
Yeah, but
that means you've got to do 7 days of content.
But they also, all the YouTubers know that January is like the quietest month, so they like all take a month off in January, and it's like, and they'll just post like half as much content that's scheduled out that they'll
or
record
a
in December
video for the year or something.
Exactly,
they've done
and then they all come back in February,
2022 or something.
Exactly, the lazy content that just drop in, and they just do that, and they take a break, and they can do it fine, and they can do it with like losing minimal numbers. A
couple of sponsored videos to bump up the money if they really want, and then go from there.
Yep,
easy.
Where for Twitch and stuff like that, like Christmas is a quieter time anyway. Like you're never going to smash your record streaming over Christmas, but you also can't take 2 weeks off over Christmas and expect there to be pick up where you left off because it's just
It is that question that you have. It's like, okay, do I take a break to like rest, or do I capitalize on the fact that no one else is streaming and I stream because they might watch me? Because the other friends that they usually watch
and then you're like,
aren't there because they're taking time off.
Is my community here? Because are they at the beach or what's going on?
Yeah, they could be with their family, and we don't know how many shut-ins do I have? Antisocial people do I have watching my streams? That's what it's like this really predatory thing where you just like, hang on.
Yeah, literally, it's literally that, and it's like I've had it before, and not just me. There's been other people as well that like I'm going to stream Christmas Day. I'm like, who's watching streams on Christmas Day? But like there are people who don't have family and they are shut-ins or they live at home and their family has a shit Christmas. It's over by 1 p.m. It's like there's an audience for everybody. But again, at the end of the day, sitting there thinking, oh, am I going to do this? Am I going to get numbers and stuff like that? You're thinking about it wrong. It's more like, am I going to enjoy my Christmas streaming something, or am I going to enjoy my Christmas taking a break? Because coming back refreshed after a week break, or doing what you want to do and being refreshed during the holiday period is going to be a much better mindset to enter the new year than fuck, I did 2 24-hour streams over Christmas and only 3 people showed up and it was horrible.
It is the dice roll there. Yeah.
So, and like I don't think I've streamed. I usually don't stream between Christmas and New Year's, or if I do, it's like we're playing Sea of Thieves or something like that. I actually think there was one year that I didn't do anything for New Year's Eve, and my partner fell asleep at like 9 p.m. and I was just like sitting at home in the dark. And then I ended up Hyper was streaming Sea of Thieves with Sneaky and them, and I ended up playing Sea of Thieves with them till midnight and celebrated New Year's Eve with them. And I'm like, this is fine.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's completely awesome.
Yeah. So each to their own, but yeah, it's that whole content creation mess. I mean, we could talk about it for hours, and it's
could.
Oh yeah, and I'd love to do that, but yeah, no.
yeah, we should
Next
definitely
time.
wrap it up. But
There'll be other things that we can other places where we can talk about content creation.
yeah.
Eyes emoji.
I would like to finish off with a funny. I found an AI thing that you put a photo in and then it feeds you back a description of what it thinks the photo is.
Oh,
I put in a photo of me and Aladu, and
oh,
it says, a man and a woman standing next to each other. Bruh moment. With nerdy glasses. With goatee. Then it says comic art. Zombies attack. With cute, fine faces. High quality photo. Serious faces, not cropped. So, there you go.
Amazing.
So it correctly identified a bunch of nerds.
bruh moment.
Excellent.
Bruh moment.
Okay,
Very
Is that
good.
the title of the episode?
Bruh.
bruh.
The whole episode's a bra moment.
Nah, I don't think we dived into it too much enough. Not enough hentai
Another
references.
time.
Okay.
Oh,
I
goodness.
think we should wrap things up there on that bruh moment from Shelby. I know what Shelby's been doing now, so
I streamed half an hour before this podcast was recorded. I played
Me
Subnautica. I'm streaming and
too.
making content a lot, and I'm grinding to get into Team OC with these people.
what do you mean?
Woo!
Yeah.
No girls allowed.
I make a lot
No
of
girls
TikTok. You
My
can
mistake.
find me on Twitch at
No.
Shellbunny or on TikTok as Shellbunny94, which is where most of my content is. So yeah,
Cat girls are fine. Normal girls, though, ill gross. They got cooties.
I'm a rabbit girl.
She's a rabbit.
I actually don't
Oh, that's
disagree
right.
with that rule. That's fine.
Go to horny jail. Go away.
Bonk.
Let's go.
Bonk. Ugh, triggered.
Let's go with Sassy. Sassy, where do people find you and your content?
Hi, I am Sassy 974 Cheese. You can find that name on pretty much everything. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. So yeah, Sassy 974 Cheese for your loot-some cat witch VTuber content.
Include some cat witch VTuber content. You get that right?
With a side of stab.
With a side of stab.
Is that a kink?
Thank you, Kochie. I'm not gonna go there.
Anyway,
The
Kochie.
main advertising person right here.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you can find me. All my stuff is Kochify, Kochiefy. I just released I primarily do YouTube game reviews on that wonderful platform. So just released my PAX Australia 2022 review where we got a bunch of pictures, and I reviewed a couple of games or previewed a couple of games on there as well. So go and check that out. And yeah, we'll have some more stuff, uniquely opinionated content popping up fairly shortly as well over there. So like and subscribe.
I'd like to just say that I hated your YouTube video about PAX.
Nice, good.
That's
I
uniquely
just-
opinionated of you.
I was just starting to forget about how good PAX was.
Yeah,
and then you fucking
me.
dropped that video, and I'm like, oh yeah.
And there
That was
there it is.
Unintentionally, that worked out really well because it was like I could put out the tweet. It was just as you're over the PAX blues, I'm here to bring you right the fuck back.
Yeah, literally.
You sure did.
I had to go through all the clips of and watch. I had to steal a clip from Cammy as well because I was like, I was chatting and having a good time, and I was like, I miss PAX.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
the
Feel my
espresso depresso right from that
Yep.
again. So
Ah, man, that's so cool. Oh yeah, that was the thing we went to. A long
Yeah.
way
Yeah, we had a
away.
meetup and we had lots of people rock up for Team OCE, which you should definitely join, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Join. No girls allowed there.
Mm.
Or maybe some. We'll have one in.
Maybe one.
Shelby's not going to bite anymore. She's done. Nothing.
I'll sneak in. I'll get in there. I'll put on some caddies.
I'll sneak you in. It's fine.
Yes.
Wifey
Colluding
over here.
Colluding.
She's my wifey.
If you don't let me in, I'll just make my own team.
Team OCE 2.
With blackjack and cat girls. Yeah.
Blackjack and hookers.
Oh my
OC
god.
cat girls. That's all.
Team OCE 2 Electric
Done.
Boogaloo. Yeah.
Team OCE cat girls. Done.
Where do we find you, zombies?
You find me everywhere at ZombiesLvBacon. I'm streaming a completely irrelevant schedule that I set up. I just stream whenever I want to at the moment. Fuck everybody. But yeah, obviously you can find me of everything as ZLB, and also the ZLB podcast on Twitter. Next week we are going to do this podcast live. I don't know. We've got to set a time and stuff, and it'll also be the last podcast for this year because this year's almost fucking over.
Yeah,
That's scary.
that's
That's scary.
scary. Yeah.
Ah!
So with
Like,
that
so
bombshell,
Yep.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week for the last episode of the year. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.